Okay, so I'm doing a ginormous amount of coughing. And yeah, I think I'm getting sick. Um, Went and visited mom on my days off, and she'd gotten back from Florida. She was sick. And of course, her doctor gave her a metric fuck ton of drugs, um, cough syrup, antibiotics, the whole 9 yards. I don't know what it is, but in any case, say yes to the halls. Um, yeah, kind of whoa. Um, Eyes are just watering. It sucks. So, God, I kind of had a couple of things I wanted to say. I just posted this thing on Facebook that I, if you remember, there was a pretty famous little clip from an Ann Coulter speech, and she said, if we don't nominate Chris Christie, Mitt Romney will get the nomination and we'll lose the election. And her prediction was spot on. I also don't think that Chris Christie could have won it either. Not with the not with what Obama had at the time, but irrelevant. Um, I kind of channeled her and said something similar. Um, what I said was, is if we don't nominate Elizabeth Warren, Hillary Clinton will get the nomination, and we will lose the fight, even if we lose the election, win the election. Excuse me. Sorry. Because Hillary Clinton, if she gets nominated, she will be president. There's no two ways about it. She's going to be the first female president. I don't care who the Republicans throw up. Hillary Clinton's got way too much support. But the thing that gets me is that if we get Hillary Clinton as a president, we're going to get kind of the same thing that we have with Obama. And yeah, Hillary's tough, but it's going to be middle of the road politics for the first 4 years if she only gets four. Um, kind of be the same old, same old. She's too far entrenched in Washington and business and all the above to get us the real change and reform that is absolutely necessary to keep this country going. Um, there's way too much negative shit going on between the student loans, which she is a champion of, Wall Street just fucking devouring the wealth in this country, the wealthy being virtually untaxed, and I don't care. They are hiding their income and not paying jack for taxes compared to what you, me, and every other regular Joe pays. Um, anyway, Elizabeth Warren is championing that shit, and with Hillary, I think we would get kind of the meh, the whatever, the laissez-faire take that Barack Obama has on it, or so far has. Um, I think that with Elizabeth Warren, I think she knows that she would be able to get past Congress, that she would be able to get through that impenetrable wall that Congress has up, and she would make real change. I think it's time. I think it's time for that. I really do. Um, I think the tide's turning a little bit with the majority of the population in this country to where we can have that. And I think we need that desperately. Otherwise, we're just going to swirl down the drain even further and further. I really believe that. You know, the conservative slash Republican way of doing things has not worked over and over and over again. It has failed every single time. It really has. Um, and the things that the Democrats do get through tend to work, and they tend to work very well. And they tend to make society a better place, and they tend to make it better for the common man. And me, I want to be a good consumer. I want to go out and buy shit. And this economy The fact that the Republicans killed the minimum wage act, that it's taking it's taking state endeavors and locality, locales, cities, San Francisco, trying to get their minimum wage up to $15 an hour, and they're not hurting. It's taking that because our Congress is doing absolutely nothing, and it's Republican controlled essentially, and they're stopping all of it. They stopped a basic minimum wage act to not even to 50 to 10 an hour. That won't even get it close to keeping up with what's going on. They wouldn't even do that. You put someone like Elizabeth Warren in, and that the playing field is leveled at that point, because she won't tolerate that shit. The minimum wage will go up. Student loans will not be a big moneymaker anymore for those in power. It will all of a sudden be fair, and students won't be burdened. Think about it. Like I said, I want to be a good consumer. I want to buy stuff. I want to invest. I want to tip big at restaurants. I want to go out to restaurants more. I want to buy some of the things I want / need, and go to the movies and buy some musical equipment and things like that. And there's stuff that I could do which would, you know, my tiny contribution to the economy. I would flow more money into the economy, and that's what they don't get. People in the lower middle, and lower incomes spend significantly much more of their income locally and on goods and services that help out local businesses and local business people. You take an average couple who are below the poverty line and they're buying cheap groceries and never going out. You infuse that lower wage couple with cash, and they go out more, which means more of that money goes into a small local restaurant, which means the restaurant makes more money, the server makes more money. That server, in turn, injects more money into the economy, and it flows. It flows. And that's how it works. That's exactly how it works. In a macroeconomic sense, you have to look at the micro. Yes, in a macroeconomic sense, it works in that scale too. When a company has more money, it can buy more stuff and invest more stuff. And yes, it can hire more people. And yes, that's great and fine. But there's a finite amount of people they can hire. There's a finite amount of. I saw this multimillionaire on a TED Talk, and this guy's gone around and he's for taxing the rich even more. Great guy, loaded with money. He says there's only so many pairs of blue jeans I can buy and wear. There's only so many cars I can buy and drive. There's only so many people I can hire, and it's true. You can't top down this thing. You have to bottom up it. You have to, because it creates, just like any good house, it has to have a good foundation. Right now the foundation is crumbling, which means all that great shit up top is going to start crumbling down, I hope, because that's the only way they're going to see it. Unless, again, we get somebody like Elizabeth Warren in office. So I want to be a good consumer. I want to buy more stuff and put more of my money into the economy. So if the corporations have to give me more money, then I give more of that money out and about. It's pretty simple, right? Right? Pretty simple to me. So far, it's worked in the past. Every single time that has happened in the past in this country, it has worked. Every time you infuse more money into the lower middle and middle class, the rich do get richer, but also everybody prospers. So it's time for us to stop fooling ourselves. It's time to get rid of trickle-down economic bullshit that is still happening today, because it doesn't work. And we all know it, because the middle class is vanishing. You won't need as much of Walmart as much if you pay the workers at Walmart better. You won't need as many dollar stores that are popping up everywhere because people have to save so much money because they don't have any money. My thoughts today. I have so much more going on, but that's what's in my brain right now. Hopefully it helps you think about it. Anyway, as always, be good to each other.